wanted to make a quick video detailing how I track a meal. This is what I'm going to be having for breakfast, and I'm going to show you how I log this into a calorie tracking app and do so accurately. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you have a digital scale. A lot of people get intimidated when I talk about tracking macros and using a scale, but it actually makes things so much easier. You don't have to use measuring spoons, measuring cups, and create all these extra unnecessary dishes. I'm going to show you in this video how using the scale makes everything so much easier. Not to mention, it's also just the most accurate way to track everything. So breakfast this morning is a potato, some eggs, some egg whites, a turkey burger, some broccoli, and we're going to be obviously cooking in some olive oil. So all of these things are going to get tracked, and I'll show you exactly how I do it. Let's start with the potato. So I'm just going to turn my scale on. I want to make sure my scale is set to grams because that is the smallest unit of measurement. So I'm just going to pop my potato on there. I've got 341 grams. So I'm going to show you how I log that into my tracking app. So we're going to open up our app here and we're going to click add food under breakfast. From there we're going to type in russet, which is the type of potato. When we have that option pull up, we are going to click on it and type in, make sure we're using the serving size of grams. That's what we measured this as. And we type in the number of servings, which is how many grams the potato was. In this case was 341. It's going to show us how many carbs, fats, and proteins we get from that. We just click the check mark in the top right hand corner and this is going to get logged under breakfast as the potato. So the next thing I'm going to do here is scan some of the foods that have a barcode that don't need to be weighed out. So I'm going to press add food, then I'm going to press scan barcode, and for my eggs, I'm just going to hit that barcode and I'm going to have 2 eggs. So the serving size is 1 egg. I just changed the number of servings to 2 and I hit that check mark. The next thing I'm going to log is my turkey burger, which again, press add food, scan barcode, just hit the barcode on the box of the burgers. Serving size is 1 burger. I'm going to use 1 so I can keep it at 1, hit that check mark, and those things are now added as well. So I'm going to start cooking these potatoes before I start cooking everything else. They're going in the air fryer. So the next thing I'm going to log is the olive oil that I use, because I'm going to use some in my pan. I'm going to use some on my potatoes. So what I do is I put the olive oil onto the scale first, then I turn the scale on, and this is going to zero it out with the weight of the olive oil. So then I just take the olive oil. I'm going to go ahead and just use however much I want. Come on, baby. Running out of oil over here. Just a little bit on the potatoes and a little bit in my pan. And then I'm going to put that back on the scale, and I used 7 grams. So that's what I'm going to log into my app. And as you can see, this is so much easier than trying to put this into measuring spoons and just use X amount. Like I just use how much I want. I find out how much it weighed. That's what I log. It's so much simpler. So I'm just going to come back into my app to log that oil. I'm going to click add food. I'm going to type in oil. Olive oil is one of the first things that's going to come up. And I'm just going to change the serving size from milliliters to grams and change the number of servings to 7, which is how much I used. And that is going to log that oil in there for me. So I've got my turkey burger cooking. I've got my potatoes in the air fryer. Next thing I'm going to do is measure out the broccoli that I'm going to eat, which I'm going to add to the air fryer here with the potatoes in just a second. So put a bowl on the scale, turn that scale on, and I am just going to pour as much broccoli as I feel like eating. I'm going to go about there. So I've got 134 grams. I'm just going to log that amount into the app. So I'm back in my app here. I'm going to press add food, scan barcode. I'm going to hit the barcode on that broccoli. I'm going to change my serving size from a cup back down to grams. And I'm just going to go ahead and add in the amount of grams, 133 for the broccoli. Press that check mark. Broccoli is logged. So the last thing I need to add here, I'm about to throw my egg whites into the pan. So I'm just going to pop those on the scale, turn it on, make sure it's at 0. I'm just going to pour in however much I want. Go to about there. Put it back on the scale. 148 grams of egg whites. So we're coming back in the app. Click add food, scan barcode. We're going to hit the barcode on those egg whites. change our serving size from tablespoons to grams, which again is saving you a ton of time. You're not weighing out tablespoons of egg whites. You're just measuring your grams, which is 147, typing that into the app. And as you can see, this gives us 80 calories and 16 grams of protein. So for any of you out there trying to get some more protein, egg whites are a great addition to your arsenal of foods. And so there we go, breakfast is done. I added some salt, some pepper, some spices, and a little bit of hot sauce on top, all of which don't add any meaningful amount of calories to the dish. So everything is logged and I'm ready to eat. So the last thing I'm gonna show you here is how to save all these meals together as a group and save them as a meal, because most of us eat similar meals most of the week. Like I have this breakfast probably 2 or 3 times a week. So what I wanna do is come down across from add food. There's 3 little dots. I'm gonna click those and then I'm gonna press save as meal. I'm just gonna label this meal as turkey, potato, scramble. I'm gonna press save and that meal is created. So now, say it's tomorrow, switch this over to tomorrow and I wanna have this same breakfast again. I just click add food, press my meals, and I click the plus sign on turkey, potato, scramble, and all of those things are logged and ready to go. All I need to do is change the variables. If my potato is bigger or smaller, I just need to log the grams. If I use more or less oil, I log the grams. But the things like the eggs, the turkey patty, and things like that, which I know I'm using 2 eggs, I'm using 1 turkey burger, they don't need to be changed. Those are logged and ready to go.